Traveling, 100%, you know, getting on an airplane, getting clothes to fit you, the food you eat, you know, there's a lot, you know, I mean, walking around at 190 kilograms every single day is not comfortable at all, but traveling for me is the hardest part. The airplanes, especially smaller aircrafts, is not a good thing to be on when you're 190 kilograms and the seatbelt can't fit over your belly. I mean, I wish Luke booked me 2 seats. He'd lucky if I get 1 seat from him. You know, you have to make the most of it. You know, at the end of the day, we chose to be this big, so you kind of just have to suffer and deal with it. But yeah, be strongmen and planes do not go together.
The biggest inconvenience for me, so a wee example, last week, took one of my best friends. He's a really big guy, 6'6", 20 odd stone. And we both went suit shopping, so I wanted to get him a suit. So he got a suit, really nice suit. Tried to get myself a suit, and it came out like looking like a bin bag, you know, like a bed sheet on me. And there's all these really nice suits that look really smart, really cool. I'm like, oh, that would look really nice, but nothing fits. So for me, that's one of the biggest annoyances, I think, of being a bigger guy, of being a strong man, is that, you know, we can't fit into anything. Anything that I see that's nice, I can't fit into. So that's why I'm pretty much in shorts year round. But yeah, I think it's a small price to pay, because I'm not really a suit guy or a fancy guy. It's just on the odd occasion it would be nice. But that, and it's just the constant quest to win. You know, that's what I'm doing every day. And I wouldn't say it's a hindrance, but it's just consuming, very consuming. When you set yourself a goal of something like being the world's strongest man, you know, it's very consuming. So that's why we're kind of trying to take a little bit of downtime and chill time this next kind of few months to enjoy life, to enjoy, you know, being with our family and kind of friends and stuff. I think that's very important, because we've both been very focused for the last, 5 years. I've just been very, you know, driven by doing this. This is what we need to do. So yeah, hopefully that the hindrance of being a strong man is it just consumes everything.
Bishop, again, actually I never trained with Bishop, so Bishop.
Probably again, Adam, you know, we actually haven't trained that much together, because we know each other, we get on really well. I'd love Adam to come up to Scotland one time. I've been down once with him before, but as I said in my previous answer, he's very intelligent in what he does. He's very smart in his training, so I think if we were able to spend a week training with Adam, I think we'd learn quite a lot from him, you know, because he's obviously come from the strength and conditioning from the rugby side, so I think he brings a lot to the table in terms of you know, his training, his recovery, his diet. He's very switched on, so I think, again, Mr. Bishop, I think he's the boy for me. I'd love to train with him again.
Biggest threat in strongman right now is Martins Lisa's and Alexei Novikov.
I mean, Alexei Novikov, obviously he's won it, but I think he's young enough, he's hungry enough, he's got that. You know, sometimes you need that little bit more for you to drive and to push yourself. And you know, what's going on, obviously, in the Ukraine at the moment, I think that really pushes him. And I think he's going to be a threat, whatever he decides to compete in. Obviously, Martins Lisa's, if he carries on, the new guy, Mitchell Hooper, Canadian lad, he was really impressive at World's Strongest Man this year, his first time. There's just an abundance of guys now coming up through the ranks. You know, like sort of Evan Singleton. Evan's a great, I kind of feel bad for Evan. Evan's a great one-day athlete, as in Giants Live and stuff like that. He's kind of failed, probably not through his own fault, but he still failed to perform on the World's Strongest Man stage. And I think Evan will be back next year with a vengeance. And big Brian Shaw, you can't ever write Brian out. You know, Brian's a great athlete. He's a well-rounded guy and a very respectable guy. So it's a really exciting time for strongman, you know, and I think that's what makes it so exciting for the general public to watch, is because you can't just say Tom Stoltman's going to win it, Martins is going to win it. You know, you have your favourite. There's just so many guys now. It's just such a high level field of athletes, and every athlete that goes to World's Strongest Man now is fully deserved of a spot. It's, you know, back maybe 10 years ago, maybe there was a lot of not a lot, but there was a few athletes that were there just to make up the numbers. That's not the case now. Every athlete now is a threat. So I'd say every athlete that we compete against is a threat to winning World's Strongest Man.
There'll be a pressing event for Luke, so a log press. There'll be 100% some sort of Atlas stones. There'd be a moving event, which is loading. There'd be probably a truck pull or something along those kind of lines, you know, something that's to do with the high ones that you can pull, and then maybe a haggis throw, just for something spicy to spice it up a wee bit, you know.
If it was my choice, I would have log press for reps, log press for max log clean, yoke press, probably that's it. Yeah, just all pressing. Unfortunately, it probably wouldn't happen, so I think, and we have talked about this before, Tom and I, you know, it's something that we really strive to do in the Highlands, is have a Stoltman Classic or a Stoltman Games or whatever, so we'd have, you know, probably log press, yoke, some natural stones I think would be pretty cool. Some of the Scottish stones that we see, I think they'd be really cool. We'd have to do a deadlift, which was very boring. Maybe we wouldn't do deadlift, maybe we'd do loading some cool implements and then some Atlas stones at the end. I think that'd be pretty fun. You know, tie it into more of the Scottish kind of traditions, you know, the historic stones, the natural stones. I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, but if I had my choice, it'd just be all pressing, because I like to press stuff. It'd just be nice just to bring something back to Invergordon and kind of showcase, I don't know, I just have this image of like Brian Shaw coming across, got little Dorothy, 8-year-old woman walking past him, and she's just looking up in absolute awe at the size of him, you know, and I think that'd be really cool for our town. Because a lot, you know, nothing much happens up in Invergordon, so the fact that, you know, Tom's world's strongest man in Manchester in Europe's, you know, it's nice for the town to celebrate in our success, I guess. So if we could take something like that, I think that would be really popular. So hopefully one day, yeah. It doesn't necessarily always play in my mind, but it's certainly something that's there, you know, the aspect of not being a strong man. Like, it's what after that. So the difficulty of being a professional athlete that a lot of athletes face is that once they stop competing, or once they stop being an athlete, they have that sense of loss and not really too sure what to do. And a lot of athletes kind of struggle with mental health and after they stop competing. So that's why, you know, we're trying to do the business side of things, the merchandise, social media, the gym, all this stuff will allow us to still be busy, still have something to, because I wouldn't want to wake up and not have anything to do just because I stopped being a strong man. So like I enjoy the aspect of the business, you know, so coming into the office every morning, working, you know, fairly long hours, I really enjoy that. That kind of, combine that with being a strong man, I feel that's a really good role that I play, I think. And I think combine that with, I think I have quite good people skills, and showcase that to other employees. I think I'm quite good at that. So I think the retirement aspect, I'm not overly worried about it. I just do it because I enjoy it and because I'm progressing. So if I stop progressing and I stop enjoying strongman, then I can stop doing that and then focus on the business aspect. So it's not something that overly worries me, which is quite nice. If I didn't have anything else apart from strongman, and then I had to retire from strongman and then go back offshore working, that's what would worry me, because I don't want to do that. It's not something I ever want to do again. Shane's one of those guys, he's very genuine, he's someone that I would like to spend time with. And I think that says a lot. You know, he has respect for people, which I think is very admirable. You know, you have to have, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. And I think Shane's very much like that. So I had the privilege of spending some time with him at World's Strongest Man. Very supportive, great athlete, very, very fast, very strong, and very determined, which I think is key to being a good strongman. You have to have that determination. And I think Shane, he's one of the, I would say one of the most exciting British athletes, up and coming British athletes. Not even up and coming, he's there already. You know, he's qualified for World's Strongest Man. He put in a great showing. Unfortunately, he, you know, messed up his ankle. But you know, he was still there. He was helping Tom and myself, supporting us, and I think that is true testament to what a strongman athlete is, you know, and I think Shane has got nothing but a bright future ahead, and I think he would be a great addition to any company to work with. I think he's one of the most up and coming guys in there.